Hi guys, Kerry here from The Bloke, and today I'm doing a quick introductory video on a very cool backpack system I'm working with at the moment. This is the High Ground Gear HG-831. High Ground Gear is an American company based in Philadelphia. Obviously their products are generally military based. Now I'm not military, I never have, probably never will be, but a lot of their modularity and their design works nicely with some of the things that I like to do. Namely photography, where I'm carrying a pile of heavy equipment out into the wilderness, and also shooting, both in the form of hunting and target shooting. So if you've seen previous reviews of mine, I own the Mystery Ranch Crew Cab, which is a very cool backpack system. It will let you carry all your sustainment products out, which would be your shelter and your sleep and your food. Unload it when you get out to the camp. The whole backpack folds into what is essentially a day pack, and you're good to go. The way I have that set up is I have my case for my SLR camera, a hazard 4 pouch, and other bits and pieces on the waist belt, so I can always access it. But I guess the problem is no matter how light the backpack may be, I still have a full frame on my back, and I can't just really grab the camera by itself and go, because I always like to have it in a pouch, which means that I'm always forced to have that nice frame in some form on my back. So I saw this pack from High Ground Gear and jumped at it because it has a few very cool features, which we'll get into shortly, that enable me to really strip down and just carry what I need on me at any time. So there's a lot going on in this pack, so what I'm going to do first of all is give you a quick run through of the pack itself, and then we'll get into some of its unique features. So the pack itself is designed as a, well, what they say, a 3-day sustainment pack. Big pack in the middle, single compartment that can be compressed down quite a lot by all these straps, which I just have open at the moment, pretty much. There is a small external pocket on the front here, just for your bits and pieces. A bigger one on the front on this compression sleeve that you can also stuff full. Additional pals of webbing on the front if you want to put more pouches on there. The compression sleeve itself is enough to hold a jacket, stuff it in there. Very useful to have it nice and handy. When it's not doing that, it just compresses the whole pack down nice and tight. The pack itself can be accessed either from the top, which I just have a sleeping bag in there at the moment to give it some shape, or through the bottom as well. So it means if you've got your sleeping equipment, for example, down the bottom of the pack, you can get the pack open without having to go in through the top. Right at the bottom here, we have a waterproof cover that can either be brown if you don't want to be seen, or pretty close to blaze orange if you do want to be seen. The external strapping on here works as compression strapping, but it also enables you to strap bed rolls or other larger stuff on the side. I've had tripods on here, walking sticks, a rifle, all kinds of stuff. So where this pack becomes really interesting though is if you undo all the straps, the whole pack comes off. We'll cover this in a moment, and you're left with the frame with a pile of pals webbing on it that you can add additional pouches and bits and pieces depending what you're wanting to carry. I've got some of the breech tool holders here, which I actually are using to carry a tripod round or a dolly if I want to strap it in there, put the other pack on top, and we're good to go. So because they're military focused, the frame itself does actually have a curve on it. It's designed to be worn over body armor, though I'm wearing it without body armor and it's plenty comfortable for me. They have 2 sleeves in here that they put in big foam padding. I'm experimenting with having it in and out. I'm not wearing body armor, but what it does do is really lock it into the body, and it actually lifts the whole frame itself a little bit off your back, so there's some airflow in there. In the back of this, we have a sleeve for your 3 litre hydration, And instead of having the tubes going anywhere, they've got a very cool system where the tube can come out and actually be fed down into the shoulder strap, pop out through here, and it gets zipped up to keep it nice and tidy. Again, military guys who are having radios in their packs can also be routing all their wires, cabling and bits and pieces through there. Very cool design. So there's one more step with this pack. If you remembered, I said I don't like being stuck with the whole pack and frame on my back when all I really want are these bits and pieces here on my hip. So it has one more step. Simply pop these, push that, and the whole frame pops out, leaving with what is essentially, military guys would call it a battle belt. Their idea being that you can take your sustainment pack when you're getting into a situation where you need to dump that extra weight, just pop it, it comes straight off, and you're just left with your essentials on here. In my case, it means now that I've just got my camera bag. In the case of what I'm setting up for shooting, that will be additional ammo, and you can get these additional straps, pop around the back, snap in, and you essentially have a pack on the back. This strap here is again just another section of PAL's webbing. I've just added this pouch on here as an example from what you can use. When you're done, pop it back out again, and the frame with the pack or without the pack simply goes back into the slots and clips back in. It's ingenious. It basically means you can get wherever you're going to, in my case for a camp, drop off all my sustainment equipment in the form of sleep system, shelter, food, just take my frame now with the tripod, with the electronics and stuff in the form of a daypack mode, and then once I get there again drop that off and just have my SLR on my hip and my other essential items with me. It's great. I'm developing another system for shooting where I can drop the pack and have a full scabbard on the back carrying my rifle. So yeah, that's the High Ground Gear HG-831. Have a look on their site, you'll see it's actually really a combination of several of the other products. But yeah, pretty innovative. I haven't seen anyone else that does anything remotely like this, so very worth checking them out. I'm going to do another video with my rifle system at some point, still just finalizing that, and then probably another one again after I've been using this for a few months. But it's already been bush bashing with me. I've had a bit of weight in it, it's comfortable, it's hardy, yeah, it's great. High Ground Gear HG-831. Cheers guys.